Simone Bailey Campbell, visual artist and designer, coming to you live and direct from my studio. I'm currently working on this piece from the collection called Give Us Our Flowers, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today. In 2020, I became a full time professional visual artist, and the one thing that I so miss from my days in corporate design was those moments when we had those really great conversations about design. Oh, and we just go down the rabbit hole of design. And those conversations that we would sometimes have were magical, and it felt kind of intimate. It was like the best part of working in corporate design was those moments. Currently, I don't get the opportunity to have those kind of deep dives into the whole design thing. Usually you're explaining a concept to somebody, um, and you don't really get to dive deep like that. And a lot of the networking that I've been doing is mostly business networking. So, and that's so different. So I really do miss it. When I'm working, I don't necessarily need music. Sometimes I just work um, in silence, just with my own thoughts. Sometimes I listen to music, and then sometimes I listen to uplifting stuff. So, excuse me. So sometimes I listen to different things on YouTube. Sometimes I listen to sports. Not that I'm a big sports fan, but sometimes if it's good banter or if it's just talking, I sometimes don't know what they're talking about, but sometimes I just listen to that. But sometimes I listen to business stuff and sometimes I listen to inspirational stuff. So I have discovered this career coach called Mandy, and she deals mostly with creative people. Now, I'm the type of person that talks back to the TV. I will talk back to the screen at the movie theater. I will talk back to the phone. I will talk back to the computer. So I've been talking back to her because she says some things that really hit the spot for me. So I thought it would be a great idea while I'm painting to kind of just give you a rundown what she says and kind of talk back to her and answer some of her questions and make some comments with you there. So, welcome to the first episode of Conversations with Myself. I think the reason why Career Coach Mandy resonates with me is because this new journey that I'm on requires a shift in a lot of my thinking. I discovered what I really believed because all my insecurities just popped their head up. And so I've had to test like what it is I really believe about myself. I've had to face all of that, and then I've had to, change my mind and adjust my thinking on many things, and I've had to walk in the direction that I want to go without guidance apart from my inner knowing. And even that, just totally to rely on your inner knowing is a whole new frontier. Nobody can guide you. This is a self-propelled journey. I've had a chance to hear the many voices in my head and realize that most of them are not mine. So, in this particular episode I was listening to, she was talking about, that it's okay. It's okay to be seen trying. That it's okay to want things that other people don't want. It's okay to be seen trying. I've never had a problem trying things that other people don't want. That's never been my problem. They are things that I've wanted and I've tried that nobody else wants. Or it doesn't even seem like anybody else would want. I mean, that's the reason why I'm here. Like, I grew up in Jamaica, and I always thought I wanted to be an architect, and I dreamt about being an architect for a long time. And when I tried to get into architecture school, I didn't get in on the first try, so I had to do something else for another year before I actually got into architecture school. And then once I got into architecture school, I realized that I didn't love it that much. It was like super hard, but I'm not afraid of hard. It was just like, it felt unbearably hard. Like I was, like the struggle, like I was drowning, and I was swimming and I was still drowning. And so after 3 years, I, ended it there. You could end it with, so I did architecture technology. So you end it early. And then I did interior design. And I loved interior design. And then after I did interior design, I got a job in interior design and I was excelling. And then that's how I got into the love of furniture. And I wanted to design furniture. And I decided I wanted to go to school to study furniture. I mean, so there was nobody that was really doing that. I didn't see that anywhere. It's just something that I wanted to do. And so, I I did my best. I got into school here I got into school in the United States. When I said here in the United States, I got into school. I got into school and did interior design in the United States, and then I got a job in interior design, and then I wanted to do furniture design, and then I went back to school and did furniture design, and then I moved to New Jersey, and then I just needed a job, and I decided that, oh, I just want a job in design, and then I got the job in design. No, it wasn't even a job. I said I just need a job in proximity to design. So I got a job in a jewelry design firm doing shipping, and then within a year I was designing jewelry. So that's how I got into jewelry design. So that's not my point. My point right now is being seen, especially seen trying. Yeah, that part is the sticky part, because I didn't plan to be an artist. This just developed over time. And when I decided to, like, jump in head first, you know, it felt super vulnerable. So that's the sticky part. The other thing that Mandy talks about is not needing other people to understand us, even when it's weird to explain. And even now, sorry, I feel weird explaining what I do. I guess it's because you go from a jewelry design in a really reputable company, that is, you're like on some pedestal in some people's eyes, to just painting and doing your own stuff, and you're like, it just feels hard explaining it. So I get what she's saying, and I guess you just have to stop caring. And I understand that my art is not frivolous. It's very important. It's important to who I am. It's healing. It saved my life. I think it's so important to the world. I was listening to somebody else, and she was talking about her art and art in general. And then she says, like, over time, like, after all these wars and all these things that have happened, people go back to the art to look at the art to see what was happening. It's crucial. It's crucial to our life. It's the color in our world. Sometimes it's just hard to explain that to somebody. That's all. The next thing Mandy talks about is that it's okay to be seen. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's the other sticky part. It's okay to be seen. It's okay. It feels so uncomfortable. You have poured yourself out. You've been very vulnerable. And now it's on a wall, in a book, wherever it is, it's there to be seen and judged and heal and find connection with someone and tell your story and tell a story and tell somebody else's story with your perspective. So that's a sticky one. It's the same way to be seen in this mode, in painting, in talking about myself. But it's part of the creativity, it's part of the process. It's part of what we as artists must keep doing. So Mandy's third point is saying that it's cool to create your own success. So she talks about our idea of being discovered, waiting for somebody to discover who we are. We're not going to, you know, put ourselves out there. Somebody will see what we're doing. We'll be quiet. We'll go through all the right channels. We'll go, in order for us to discover. Somebody else can, put our work out there, and they'll see how great we are, and we think that's how we're going to make it. And she talks about that there used to be these gatekeepers, and now, you know, there are no more gates. You can just do your own thing. You can use social media. We all know the other steps, blah, blah, blah. And you can just create your own thing. So that's what I have discovered since I've started my business, my art business, is that I can't wait on anybody to promote me. I can't wait on anybody to create anything. So I've created my own shows, right? I've created my own exhibitions, and I have been in exhibitions. And one particular exhibition that I was invited to was because my artwork was that the gallery owner saw my artwork on Instagram. So, and then that was great, and I actually sold, one piece of my first larger piece of art was sold there. So that was exciting. But I couldn't just wait for another show. So I've been doing other things. I have, you know, me, did my own exhibitions, my own pop-up. I have joined with a friend, and we created our own pop-up. So I do realize that if there are things that I want to do, if there's things I'm interested in, and if I apply and I don't get in and I'm something I really want to do, I just kind of figure out a way to do that. So I don't have a problem creating my own events to do certain things. I think what I need to practice on is the promotion part of it, because that's where it gets a little sticky for me. To toot my own horn, you know, to say the things, to say what I've done, to say where I've done things, to say what I'm qualified to do. I guess this is the qualification thing. Maybe that's my sticking point. But yeah, I do understand that you got to make your own shows, you got to do your own things, collaborate with other people, like make up your own stuff. That is what I do know. And actually, sometimes that's the fun in doing it. Yes, it is so much more work. It is so much more work, but it is also like when it pays off, it pays off. And sometimes I have discovered that sometimes the payoff comes after. Like when you do these shows, sometimes people see you, they don't buy things right away, especially art. I find out that's the secret. That sometimes people come and you will find a few people that will buy a piece or two. But sometimes the sales come after. You get a few sales after, because sometimes people need to go home and think about it and live with the idea, and then they say, oh yeah, yes, I want that. Just think, and I always think about myself, like if sometimes you see something, just like how we put things online in our shopping carts and then we go back to it, and then sometimes we need a reminder that you put it in your shopping cart. And I always feel a little weird with reminding people about stuff. So I just need to remember all of that stuff. So those were her 3 points today. It's okay to try, it's okay to be seen, and it's okay to create your own success. And there are no gatekeepers. It's okay to have the life that you want. And it's okay to be a complete weirdo as an artist. It's just okay to be who you are and to have the life that you want. I like that. I'm really enjoying this painting. It's like you hit the stride, and I'm totally just like inside the painting itself. Anyway, enjoy, my friends, and I'll see you another time for conversations with myself. Here's what it looks like so far.